While 10 bugs are fixed in the real game, one brand new bug appears in VR training. Before we can add new loads of shit to the VR training, we have to fix it first. Now for several months in VR training, splash damage from explosives doesn't work, as if vehicles and training dummies are being protected by some new age anti-crap shield. Besides that, there is also a map, which is way too paranoid to show up, or its operator killed himself 1 month after VR training's release. Overall in VR training there are more things to fix, but you get the point. Let's see what we need to add to make it better. Let's start with something really easy, moving targets. Honestly, this is something everyone was asking ever since the release of VR training. From programming standpoint, it's not that hard to make either way. So developers had their thumbs up their asses, or what's the deal? Overall, moving targets will help players to learn how to lead targets, especially snipers. And guys, you know how retarded most of them are, so they need all the help they can get. Who knows, maybe VR training will fix their DNA. Next we have option to choose upgrade level. As you know guys, you can't do that. The big problem here is to test out how differs the top and bottom level items. For example, med tool. Let's say I want to film how fast you can revive at first and the last level. But I can't do that if I have already upgraded it. So VR training is just like poker, all or nothing. Next feature is really simple but time consuming for developers. Besides having guns and shooting them at brainless targets, just like shooting TR, these targets have suit slots and shields to protect them. And now we need targets with different suit slots equipped and labeled for us to shoot and test out how well we can kill them. To simplify this, we want to start pimping, or at least pimp out our targets. Anyways, I see that VR training's targets are pretty much clustered in one place, which honestly is really bad level design. The thing is, you have a lot of space, so use it. Add more targets everywhere. Also, more building types wouldn't hurt, but of course developers ain't gonna do this because they have more important things in the works, like this game's release on the peasant machine. And finally, it would be really nice to introduce some PvP action on VR training, just so we can take any weapon and equipment piece to rape our friends. This could also be introduced in the form of duels. I would suggest to introduce PvP in some certain area on the map, like for example arena. This could allow squad versus squad training. But nevertheless, there are a lot of things to do in VR training, especially for developers. After all, they have to get off their fat asses and start working.